Hey everybody, welcome back. Behind the bar with me this evening. Tonight we are checking out one of the original West Coast whales, in my opinion. I was lucky enough to get a hold of a bottle of Exponential Hoppiness from Alpine Brewing Company. It is their triple IPA. This hop monster starts by using multiple kettle hop additions, with each additional doubling the amount of previous addition exponentially. Add in the giant hop back and the 2 dry hopping sessions and you're almost there. The beer is finished off with a couple of body bag sized hop sacks full of hop flowers and oak chips. Then it ages and mellows and distinguishes the alcohol content for a strong, incredibly hoppy yet truly enjoyable beer. This one, where is the ABV? 11%, so she's not fucking around. I got this bottle courtesy of my buddy Joe. Thank you very much. I've always wanted to try this beer, and yeah, that's I've always wanted to try it. So don't be a jackass. I love the underside of that cap. I've never noticed that with their beers before. You can see that there's a jackass on that. So we're going to get this into a glass. I was told and it was recommended to me to drink this cold. So 11% could be crazy alcohol. It could be hot bomb. I don't know what this is going to be. I've always wanted to try it. I love Alpine beers. Nelson is one of my favorite IPAs from Alpine, when brewed out Alpine. And Duet's great. Pure Hoppiness is great. Happy birthday. So yeah, let's get into a glass, which we did. And yeah, typical West Coast, kind of a yellow. I'm not sure how that's showing up on camera, but it's like a yellow golden straw color. Little bit of haze. I don't know if that's chill haze. Yeah, probably a little chill haze. Tons of carbonation. Tons of little bubbles coming up on that. About 2 fingers ahead on that. Alcohol legs for days. Already starting to see some lacing. So killer beer. I mean, 11%. That's about what I'd expect, but heavily carbonated. So that's a good sign. Let's see what it smells like. Wow. Not a ton on the nose, to be honest with you. I'm getting pineapple, some tropical fruits, some floral notes for sure. Kind of flower, pine needles. Maybe people get that onion smell in IPAs. I'm getting that a little bit. But there's some sweetness to this as well, which I would definitely understand for 11% triple IPA. But not overpowering on the nose. It doesn't smell overly bitter or overly dank. It smells kind of soft. It smells more like a 6% IPA that's just kind of mellowed out a little bit. Yeah, I'm not getting a ton. Not like I said, I expected this to be very, very aromatic, and I'm not getting that from it. I'm getting some good, like I said, some like soft, like pineapple, more tropical on the fruit side. A little bit of floralness, dankness. I'm even getting a little bit of the oak from the oak chips that they put in it. Definitely getting that. And a little bit of maltiness. But overall, nothing crazy. Experience with triple IPAs. I mean, I've done, what have I had? 120 minute from Dogfish Head, which is like a friggin' barley wine. That one's crazy ABV, crazy hoppiness if you drink it fresh. Pliny the Younger, which is my favorite probably at this point. That beer is friggin' incredible. I love it for what it is. It is balanced. It is insanely good. But I'm ready to add another one to the list. So Joe, thank you very much, buddy. Guys, let's see what it smells or tastes like. Cheers. Oh, wow. Holy shit. Well, the taste did not follow the nose. Man, right up front, you're just hit with this bitter, floral kind of dankness. Just a big beer. I mean, I get that this is 11%. It doesn't taste quite 11%. It tastes more like an 8 to 9% double IPA. But it's really, I mean, it punches you in the tongue for sure. I'm getting some citrus notes. That pineapple's still there. A little orange tangerine for sure. No real maltiness to speak of. Maybe a little bit of like some of the sweeter malts, like maybe some crystal malt, caramel. something like that. Some of the sweeter malts, maybe a honey malt or something like that, but nothing biscuity or like cracker like or anything like that. But it is bitter. It's got, I mean, it's staying on my tongue. It's bitter, floral, the pine needle aspect of it, like leaves of a flower. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. You can tell they hopped the crap out of this. So that's the good side. The bad side of this beer is it is very sweet. I can taste the alcohol. I mean, I get this alcohol kind of burn on the finish of it. I would imagine as this warms, it's almost like barley wine-ish. I don't know for sure, but I would imagine it's going to get to that point. Yeah, it doesn't hide it as well as I thought it might. It's very, like I said, it's just very sweet. Yeah, you can just tell there's a lot of sugar in this beer. I'm assuming like a candy sugar or something like that to get the ABV up. It's not from malt bill that they're doing it. I mean, obviously at 11%, you got to do something artificial to add. It's not going to just get it from the grist. So, yeah, I mean, it's a really, I mean, for a triple IPA for 11%, it doesn't smell 11%. It kind of tastes 11% to me. Like I said, the alcohol part of this beer, I kind of wished would balance out a little better in the beer. Because the hop aspects of this beer, I do really like. I like the floralness of this. I like the pininess. I like the West Coast elements of this. It's definitely a West Coast beer from Alpine, which is not a bad thing. That's a very good thing. I love Alpine's West Coast beers. But yeah, no, I'm glad I got to drink it. I don't get the whale status of this beer. I mean, this is hard to get. This is highly sought after. It sells out quickly. It was one of the original kind of West Coast whales in the IPA world, like Kern, Double Citra, and this were two of the big ones, along with like, your Pliny the Elder, Pliny the Younger. I would say that's kind of the trifecta, at least in my mind. There's probably others that I'm not familiar with, but for what I know of the West Coast. As far as a grade, good carbonation, good mouthfeel. It's a medium mouthfeel. It's not thin by any means, but it's kind of got like the candy sugariness that it has. Is what I feel on my tongue, which isn't a bad thing again, but the alcohol notes really are keeping me from giving this a really high score. Because I do like everything else about it except those elements. So, with that said, on a grade, I told Joe asked me not to shit all over this because it's a West Coast beer. Because we know, if you watch my videos, you know how I feel about what I prefer in my IPAs. With this one, I'm going to go 94. I'm going to go 94 with it. It's not world class to me. It's just not. I don't expect balance from an 11% triple IPA, but I don't like the overwhelming taste on this beer is the sweetness, and it finishes with like that alcohol just kind of tinge. So yeah, 94, is that what I said? 94? I'll leave it there. 94 out of 100 for this. I mean, it's definitely worth drinking, but I wouldn't trade a ton for it. I mean, if you can find it at a bar and get a growler of it, or somebody has a bottle and wants to share it, drink it for sure, especially if you're a hophead. I mean, this is big on hops. It actually reminds me of like a kicked up version of Hop Slam, minus the Simcoe, because I don't think there's Simcoe in this. I don't get any cat piss, but the aftertaste on this reminds me a lot of like 2 to 3 month old Hop Slam. But this is a fairly fresh bottle. I mean, this is, I think, under 3 weeks. So, yeah, we'll leave it there, guys. Joe, thank you very much, buddy, for sending this my way. I've been wanting to try it, and I really appreciate the hookup. For anybody out there that's had this beer, leave comments. Let me know what you thought. I've heard that other batches of this have been a little different, so I'd be curious to get people's take on it. So leave comments down there, or tweet at me, untapped me, Instagram, whatever. This will all be out there when I post this review, and we'll leave it there, guys. So thanks for the likes, subscribes, and comments. Until next time.